Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to continue to talk about what it actually takes to immigrate to this great nation that is the United States of America. To start with, you need a compelling future. Your future should be so bright that it actually scares you, because the journey that is immigration, the journey that is moving into diaspora is actually long, it is tiring, it is dark, it is lonely, and can be overwhelming. And when you look at what it actually takes, it is such a complex undertaking that can break a weak soul. And therefore, only a compelling future can guarantee you the necessary willpower, the necessary oomph, the necessary horsepower, the necessary energy to actually sustain you and help you go through the systemic obstacles and the mental roadblocks whose only intention is actually to stop you. Therefore, as a person who is willing to travel down this road, you must have a compelling future that is going to be the only source of your inspiration while you go through the journey. And the beauty about the journey is that it gets easy with time. Things and pieces start to fall into place. It gets better. But you see, you get to start to see these wins 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. And therefore you need that energy. You need a different level of inspiration. You need a bigger why to be able to sustain you, because you're going to be tested and you may break, but that is not the point of the video. The purpose of this video is to prepare you from a mental standpoint so that you can be able to better face the challenge and give you an upper hand to be able to travel your own journey and become the best version of yourself. So if you get the opportunity to actually immigrate to this great nation, then you need to be prepared to actually upscale on 3 fundamental levels of your life. One is your work ethic. American way of life from a distance could be glamorous, but once you get to the ground, once you get to the nitty-gritties of the American ways, you begin to realize that work is part and parcel of their DNA. Therefore, if you don't have the necessary work ethic, sooner or later, you will either start to lag behind, you'll begin to question why you actually moved, and you'll not be able to catch up. So you need to build yourself. You need to have that stamina to be able to put in the work, because the system will demand of you that you work like clockwork. And coming from the sunshine continent, where things are more easy, things are more relaxed, then you'll feel the heat. But once you adapt into the system, you'll be able to appreciate the reward system and what you will be able to do as a person by actually bringing change and solving important problems within the community that you find yourself in. 2, when it comes to the question of skill sets, you have to put yourself in a position whereby the skill sets that you earn translate into something that the marketplace needs. The average immigrant is usually surprised that the system doesn't actually recognize their level of education per se, and therefore they'll need to do something more to prove that they actually have the necessary skill sets that are required in the marketplace. So having that know-how from the word go will be able to position you into either going back to school, getting extra certifications, or dodging that bullet and getting straight into business. And so you have to give the marketplace what it requires, and there is no in between, because the system has been built in a way that it can only take what it wants. Lastly is the question of networks. So once you get your work ethic right, once you get your necessary skills that are actually required by the marketplace, then you need to build your networks so that you form that full circle of being able to actually take opportunities that are in the marketplace and take advantage so that you can build yourself up. Because it is through networking, it is through the people that you will connect with that you will be able to lock into opportunities, that you will be able to tap into their knowledge, that you will be able to make huge strides so that you establish yourself and become more comfortable in this new environment that is going to demand a lot from you. While you continue to figure out who you truly want to be and how you can add value to the system, you'll begin to realize that this great nation is built on debt, and the ease of accessibility to debt is mind-boggling, and therefore you have to resist the American credit indoctrination, because at the end of the day, you'll be responsible of any consumer credit that you actually partake, and you'll pay for it dearly through working. It is easier said than done, but you have to really push back, because consumer credit is one of the easiest money to access, but it doesn't come in cheap. It is not free. And if you have to use it, then be wise enough to use your credit the same way you're using your debit. Don't go above and beyond unless you have the necessary cash flow. You have to stay clear of the American credit indoctrination, because statistics show that a simple thing as financing a car when you're earning average income will actually delay your retirement between 7 to 10 years. So you need to have that balance, and recognizing that the credit system is built to help us, but it can also destroy you. So use it with caution and be prepared to pay the price if push comes to shove. And finally, the question of black tax. From a financial point of view, black tax is a necessary evil that we must participate in because it fuels our social capital. So while in the diaspora, while you are going through your journey of immigrating, remember that you have to pay your black tax, because it's part of your identity. It is part of your philanthropy. And if you can be able to balance the question of black tax and help your family and help the people that matter, then you can be able to navigate the social questions that are around the black tax. But otherwise, you shouldn't overpay if you necessarily don't have enough, and you shouldn't be emotionally manipulated to pay black tax because of people who do not necessarily care about your well-being, but only care about what you can give. Therefore, the question of black tax is a question that you have to start to plan for from an early stage, so that you can be able to concentrate on yourself and be able to improve on who you want to be and be able to invest into who you want to be, rather than a social cult that wants more out of you without necessarily having any contribution towards who you want to become. And it's a question that you have to answer, because it will touch on your social relationships, and it is going to be a concern from an emotional spectrum, and therefore it's kind of a gray area from a cultural context. But you have to decide on how to go about it, because it is going to be part of your journey while you're trying to become. What are the challenges are you facing as someone who is immigrating? Or do you know any person that has actually immigrated successfully? And what was their turnaround time? Comment down below. If you're finding these videos useful, then don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel. Also, like, share, and comment down below. Thank you, and see you in the next video.